What it do, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be bringing you guys my Sephora Savings Event haul. I had to wait until like Saturday when actually my first full face of the Sephora savings event products went out, because that was when my last order came in, and now I finally have the time, and of course it is within my upload schedule to show you guys this stuff. So I will be showing you guys only the stuff that I picked up during Sephora. Originally I was going to combine stuff from YesStyle and also Ulta as well, but I actually already made yet another Ulta order, and I think I might be making one other YesStyle order as well. So I will just do those respective hauls when I get those kind of second couple of items as well. So in the event that you are interested in seeing what I specifically picked up during the Sephora Savings Event Sale, let's get into it. Because I have a feeling people are going to ask, I did not film this look, but everything will be listed and linked down below. Quite a few of the things that are on my face I actually did pick up at the sale, or I've picked up randomly other times, and I just wanted to get my thoughts and opinions. This full face is a combination of first and second impressions, and I will talk about those items after I get through the actual box that has things that have kind of not been tested out or whatever have you. So one of the biggest things that I really wanted to pick up when I went in store is this baby right here. This is the Sephora favorite set. This is their Clean Me Up kit. So this was the kit that a lot of people were raving about, saying that you must pick it up because it had two pretty popular products in full size. So the Tower 28 mascara and the Rose Ink cream blush. Now I actually have the Rose Ink cream blush on today in Delphine. And what I will say when it comes to this particular blush is, if you are my skin tone, pretty much expect this to be just like a true kind of cream product where you really have to use it as a adhesive, if you will. Sometimes I have cream blushes that really don't show up on my skin tone, but I can use them as an adhesive to kind of intensify or ensure that my powder blush stays on my cheeks. So that's going to be the only way I personally can use this. If you're somebody of darker skin, honestly, I would say just don't even play yourself. Just give this away to somebody who is lighter than me. Like, had I known that, honestly, I would have just given this to my friend. Her birthday is actually coming up soon, but I've already used it. And so yeah, I might as well just continue to get my use out of it. But yeah, just know that that blush really is not going to actually appear on your skin tone if you are my skin tone or deeper. And I will be showcasing it in at least one full face eventually. I just wanted to try these products behind the scenes, and I didn't have the time, honestly, to film this look. Then as for Tower 28, I've used it now 2 or 3 times, and I think that it's okay mascara. It's not a live or die for me, but I understand that it really does a lot for other people's lashes. Lashes are very subjective. That's one of the parts of makeup I feel like that is extremely subjective specifically, and so I can't say it's a bad product. It just doesn't look the best to me. Let's see. I actually put on the Lawless Forget the Filler on top today as like a glossy finish. I think it's fine so far. It is a little bit minty, but it's not nearly as bad as the Huda Beauty cooling one that I've been using near my bed, so that's good. And then the other 3 products, I think I may have sprayed the Missing Persons once. It smelled fine. It wasn't anything revolutionary for me, but it was fine. And the other 2 products, or actually 3 products, I haven't really tested out at all. So yeah, I'm happy to have picked this up. I wanted to try these products that were so hyped, so raved about, and I love to kind of figure out if they're going to be favorites for me, or if I can just say they're cute and all, but they're just not perfect for me. Okay, another thing that I actually picked up, this was on recommendation of Lauren May Beauty, is the Way St. Bart's Body Scrub. I have been really enjoying body scrubs. They have really helped to invigorate my love of shower time. You know, sometimes you just like do it because you have to, just to stay hygienic or whatever. The idea of a body scrub, really, I've been enjoying it. For this, I am suspect if I'm gonna love this particular scrub, just because it doesn't look like it has the type of like thick granules that I personally love in a scrub. But the smell is really good. So I'm very excited to try it out. And I was able to get it obviously during the sale. And if you didn't know, I am Rouge. I was able to get 20% off, if not more, because some of these products I was able to get some other discounts applied as well. Another thing I actually picked up is this. This is the Maker's Fragrance Library set. I was so happy to pick this up because this brand was just so intriguing to me that I just really wanted to get my nose on the scents. And I was so thankful that this was in stock when I made my first order. So if I remember correctly, the two that were super unique for me is Wild. Wild literally smells like a fresh wild flower. It's so unique for my personal collection. And so that was the one that I was actually going to then pick up a full size during the sale. Unfortunately, it sold out while I was going back and forth, but that's no big deal. I can always use like my Sephora points to get the gift card to buy it. So that would be the one that I would actually buy. The other one that is just kind of a good one as well is Naked. I believe that's the other one that I really enjoyed as well, and actually pulled out of this kind of sampler set. But overall, I think all of these scents smell good. And if you haven't tried the brand, I think this could be an easy and nice way to try the brand and get your nose on some good scents. I picked up a basic cleanser from the Sephora collection because I needed a new cleanser for in my shower. I've gotten through whatever the cleanser was that was in there, and I just wanted to get a basic one because when I'm in the shower, I really just want a basic cleanser if I go in there with makeup on. Otherwise, I actually don't cleanse myself. I actually don't cleanse my face in the shower. I just wait until I get out to cleanse in the sink area. So yeah, anyways, long rant. I got this. It's cheap. It was 30% off. It worked. Okay, a couple of these products I actually haven't even opened. I actually got 2 travel sizes of Kayali scents. So the one that I opened up because I hadn't smelled it yet was the Eden Juicy Apple. This smells so good. It smells so good. I was so surprised at this, and this is just continuing to show me that this brand, this range is something that I can get behind because pretty much every scent that I've gotten my nose on, I have enjoyed. Maybe they're not the most unique or anything like that, but I've still enjoyed them nonetheless. And so I'm very happy to have this travel size. If I finish it by the holidays and I want to, I will go ahead and pick up the full size on the brand's website, because they tend to do the best sales there. I think I calculated that I got somewhere near 30% off when I picked up my full size of the previous scent that I got off of their website during like the holiday time. So yeah, I got this, and then I also got Yum Pistachio. I've already smelled this, and I've actually already worn it for a day after like I sprayed it on myself at the Sephora. I just haven't opened it because I have been trying to keep everything in the area so I don't forget to show you guys something, but this is definitely a favorite for me. I really like the scent, and although no, it's not overly gourmand, I think it's enough gourmand for me personally. And I'm realizing that although I find it unique and interesting to smell like a pumpkin pie, at the end of the day, I'm not really checking or wanting to smell like a pumpkin pie throughout my day. This is just the perfect amount of like a foodie scent in there to be good for me. And I've also been just intrigued by the amount of pistachio scents have been coming out. It's been very interesting, and I've been wanting to get my nose on quite a few, and I have actually, but that's for another day in another video. Okay, another cream blush that I picked up is from Say. This is their Dewy Cream Blush in the shade Spicy. I have not actually tried this one yet. This was in one of my last orders, so I did not get the chance to try it out. I'm gonna actually swatch this and go back and swatch the Rose Ink blush for you guys. So like I said, this is in the shade Spicy. It looks like it could work. It might not be dark enough or bright enough for my skin tone though, so I might need to still kind of shop around to find a shade that works for me. This is the Rose Ink shade, and you probably can't see it because like I said, it pretty much blends in and is non-existent on my skin tone. So truly don't play yourself if you get this kit, or if you're dying to get this kit for this particular product. I would say just shop around for a different shade, which once again, we will be getting back to that in just a second. One of the last days that I made an order, there was also a mini of the Kosas powder, and I don't really have any powders that are still kind of new and relevant at Sephora. I pretty much have all like discontinued or older powders. So I figured this would be good to kind of at least see if this is good. And then also maybe just have a recommendation that is like actively new in the Sephora collection website. So this is the Kosas Silky Powder in Cloud Set, or maybe it's the Cloud Set in Silky. This is the darkest one, or deep, and I figured this would just be the perfect size. I don't get through powder very quickly, even though I am combination oily. So yeah, I will definitely be showcasing this eventually in a full face of new makeup, or specifically Sephora collection haul makeup, whatever. Another thing super excited about, I picked up one of the Le Monster crayons from House Labs. They released their new like 4 shades at one of the very last days of the sale. And this looks like a lighter yellow based kind of brown. And this is in the shade Honey Matte. And okay, so this is super light. It's over here. This might not be perfect for me. I need to see it on my lips. Swatching, I'm concerned. I probably should have went up in the shade, but I thought this would be the perfect one. I'm still not finding the perfect shade, I don't think. The first shade I got, I felt like it pulled just a little bit too like purpley. It was super weird. I loved the formula. I actually didn't hate the color, but it wasn't what I was hoping for it to be, you know? And I was hoping for this to be like more of a mid-tone, but it's too light. So we'll see what goes with that. And yeah, I have pretty much everything else in the little basket that I used today for my makeup. So even though I actually didn't pick it up at Sephora, this was something that I picked up during the same time period. This is the KVD Serum Foundation in the shade Tan 078. This is a banger. Okay, there are going to be some videos about this. I'm wearing this again today, and today I actually applied it with a sponge. Banger. This is some good stuff. Very good stuff. I also picked up the Glow Recipe Sephora BHA Smooth Primer. This is the first time I'm applying it today, and so far I think it is fine. It didn't feel overly mattifying or anything like that. I didn't feel as though this was as mattifying as a primer that I've talked about and showcased very recently. But yeah, it was still nice, and I have so much more time to kind of test it out to really get my thoughts. And the primer that I was just hinting to was actually the one from One Size. This was in the Secure the Sweat formulation from the brand. I think that this gives a little bit more of a kind of velvety finish. These are both somewhat mattifying primers, and these are very interesting. This one also supposed to have some blurring aspect. I also picked up another blurring primer very recently, so I have a lot to test out when it comes to these primers. And for me, in case you did not know, I'm combination oily, so I feel like the type of primers that I've picked up will really be helpful for me, especially because I do have pores. I never really care to like fix them, but because I have these products now, I am interested to see if they will fix them or not. Okay, another thing I actually have on my face today on top of that Rose Ink cream blush is this baby right here. This is the Sangria blush from RMS Beauty. I used a different brush, and I feel like that brush was able to pick up the product better, in addition to the fact that that Rose Ink is so kind of sticky that it was able to kind of pick up and have the product adhere to my skin tone. So definitely, like I said, the first impression is never telling you the full story. I'm happy that I was able to kind of try this in a different combination, and I will continue to test this out to find the best possible application method for somebody of my skin tone. Another Kosas product that I tried to, that I actually picked up is this baby. This is the Kosas bronzer in the shade Tropic. If you did not know, I actually have the shade down from this in the original formulation, and I just decided to get the darkest shade in this formulation to compare and to tell you guys whether it is actually worth it to pick this one up or not. I am actually wearing this one today. I did remember to put this on in my normal steps, so it is, I think, a lot better blended on my skin and not as harsh and like dark and pigmented. Definitely let me know down below. So yeah, So many thoughts. I will be showcasing this particular product in numerous other videos throughout the summer and actually this week as well. So just stay tuned in case you wanted to see like a in-person live application of that particular product. Okay, only about 3 more cheek products that I actually picked up. If you could tell, cheek products was really where I went in this time. This is the iconic London Kissed by the Sun, so cheeky kind of blush bronzer combination product. This I tend to actually wear as a highlighter. It is the highlighter that is on my face today, and I feel like this gives a subtle but like beautiful highlighter finish. On my skin tone, it's not going to be dark enough for it to really be applied as a blush bronzer type effect, but this color works beautifully in my opinion as a highlighter. I could definitely see me potentially picking up some more shades in this formula, maybe in the future, because I really have been enjoying this. And I've now used it with different types of brushes that tend to give me different types of like opacity and like radiance, if you will, and I think it's beautiful. Very, very beautiful. The cream bronzer that I decided to pick up is this baby. This is from Rare Beauty. I got this in the shade On the Horizon, and I will just swatch this for you guys as well. I'm sorry, I'm like swatching certain things and not swatching others. This is On the Horizon right here, and I feel as though if you are my skin tone or even slightly deeper, this is not worth it. From what I've tried, I've only tried it about 2 times, but the amount of depth that this provides is very minimal. I would say that they should have put this in the shade range actually before the previous one for those who have more tan skin tones to use this if they have a different type of undertone. I would just say for somebody who is actually traditionally in the deep range, it's just not for you. And let me just go back and actually swatch those other products for you all. So the iconic London I swatched right above my watch head, and the Kosas I swatched right here. I'm sorry, but like I will showcase all of these products multiple times, and I will do more swatches better in other videos, I promise. So the last cheek product I believe that I picked up recently was this one. This is from Kofi. This is in the shade Garland Glow. I didn't showcase it in this look today, but I did use it in the video that is up previous to this one, the one saying a full face of Sephora Savings Event makeup. So I didn't do a huge super opaque application here, but this is what it looks like. And like I said, you can watch that video to see the application. I think that this is a really good product for those who like to build up their cream blush, but also want something pigmented, especially because this is, I believe, an Indian American owned brand. And so you can really tell that they make products that are really going to be pigmented enough for somebody of a medium to deeper skin tone. So I really enjoy their products, and you guys have voted. They're probably going to be the brand that I highlight specifically for this month, which is Asian Pacific Islander month. So stay tuned for that in case you want to know more about their range. I will be doing a full-on review of all of their products available at Sephora. Another product that I actually picked up from that same range, which is Kofi, is an eyeliner. I got this in the shade Tiger Queen, and I'll just swatch it near my knuckles. Hopefully you guys can see it's up here near my knuckles. This product is ridiculously good. Ridiculously good. I have never had an eyeliner at Sephora that has lasted in my waterline. This is rivaling my LA Girl. When I went to take my makeup off, I specifically looked to see what was going on with this. Now, don't get me wrong. I think that a majority of my waterline, it pretty much faded away, but I still had enough color on the outer rim that you could still see, if you were just looking at me, you could still see that I put a colored liner in my waterline. And for me, that is like the best. Generally, that whole section is gone and I can't see anything. So I'm really excited for that. I'm really loving it, and it applied beautifully. Once again, check out that previous video with me doing a full face of makeup because that product was in it. Another thing that was in it was this Patrick Ta brow gel. So far, I think it's fine. I forgot to put it in my brows today. Whatever. So far, I think it is fine. I don't think that this is going to honestly beat the top Too Faced for me, but I've only used it one time and I will be using it a second time after I get my life and I finish this video. Tower 28 mascara, I already told you guys how I felt. Like I said, I had some things in the bag, some things out, so my bad. So I think we're down to the last 3 items, which I'm sure you guys are as thankful as I am. One thing that I picked up lip wise was this Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Limitless Brown. I'm gonna put it near my knuckle. So here it is up here. This is a really nice depth for somebody of my skin tone. I actually honestly wouldn't mind something even a little bit lighter. So I may shop around in the range to see if I can find something a little bit lighter. I also wouldn't mind something a little bit more yellow based. But overall, the formula is really nice, and that's unique with how kind of creamy this product is for it to be in a pen. Generally, something like this where it's a pen and you have to sharpen it up, it's not nearly as creamy, and I don't enjoy the actual product as much. I picked up 2 of these Dazzle sticks. I think the other one is just in my continued to try bin, but basically I like these products. I need to continue to test them out. So I tested this out during that previous video that I keep referencing, and I will have that down below so that you guys can see it in case you're interested. I said that I did not apply primer because it said that it's long wearing. It did though break apart on my eyelids. I do have oily eyelids though, so I'm not opposed or mad about it. I just need to see if applying some of the primers that I typically do, if this will then work. So I will be retesting this out with a couple of the primers that I have just to see how it works and applies over a longer period of time. But as for the opacity, the application, the look, absolutely love these products. I just need to see how to make them last longer, like fully on my eye throughout the whole day. And I believe this is the last product I need to show you guys. And this is another lip product. I got this from Makeup by Mario in the shade Honey Glow. I would swatch this, but if you have tried this range or even swatched it, you would know that it's pretty much like, it's not an opaque coloring, so it doesn't make sense to swatch it. But basically, this is the light brown with like a yellow based undertone in this range, and this is kind of a plumping glossy type look, but just in a bullet lipstick. I really like that formula, and I just wanted a shade that I thought I was going to get more use out of. That's definitely a shade I'm going to get more use out of, so I'm definitely not mad at that at all. So overall, because like I said, I'm pretty sure I finished talking about all the things that I hauled. I'm very, very happy with all the things that I picked up. I don't find that so far there's anything that was terrible. If I had to say something that, like, knowing what I know now, I would not pick up, I wouldn't pick this up. It was a great value, and I appreciate that I've been able to try so many things, but quite a few of them are just okay, or I would need to kind of find better uses for it instead of it being a cream blush. Oh, that's something that I didn't show you guys. I actually ended up getting another shade in the Rose Ink blush. I think I forgot that that blush was in the kit that I picked up, and I just was already eyeing this particular blush shade. So I wanted to show you guys that as well. I'm sorry. Hopefully, if you are interested, you're still watching. So this one is in the shade Foxglove. And as you can see, it's already deeper. This is the shade Delphine, and this was the one that was in the kit. And this is the shade Foxglove. As you can see, clearly Foxglove is deeper. So I'm very hopeful that it's gonna work better on my skin tone. This is first swatch. Do I have room? I'm gonna do it on the side. Oh yeah. So that's actually going to show up on my skin tone. It may not be the most opaque thing in the world, but that will actually show up on me. And so I'll actually be able to get a better impression on the formulation to see if it dries down, stuff like that, because I won't feel I need to cover it up or kind of combine other blushes on top. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. I need to stop talking because I got to edit and upload this video tonight, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out down below. I will have everything listed and linked down below, including the stuff that is on my face today. And in the event that you really want to know, I did use a Glaminatrix palette. This is the U Beauty palette. So yeah, that's it, and I will see you guys Wednesday for a really fun and exciting video. I hope you guys are excited. Bye, guys.